A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a significant address at the Shangri-La Dialogue in Singapore, U.S. Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth underscored the urgent need for Asian countries to enhance their military capabilities in response to a perceived imminent threat from China regarding Taiwan. Hegseth's remarks come amidst escalating tensions in the Indo-Pacific region, where China is reportedly preparing for potential military action to assert its claims over Taiwan, a self-governing island that Beijing considers part of its territory. Hegseth called for a united front among U.S. allies in the region, emphasizing that deterrence against China requires substantial investment in defense. U.S. allies in the Indo-Pacific can and should upgrade their own defenses, he stated, highlighting the critical nature of the current geopolitical landscape. He cited the necessity of a robust military presence in the Indo-Pacific, reiterating the U.S. commitment to increasing its military footprint in the area. The Defense Secretary's comments reflect a broader strategy to counter China's growing influence and military assertiveness in the region. He pointed out that the U.S. is not seeking to dominate or provoke China, but rather to ensure that its allies are not intimidated by Beijing's actions. Hegseth's call for increased military spending aligns with a recent study indicating a surge in defense expenditures in Asia, which has been rising consistently at an average of 1.5% of GDP. He urged Asian nations to take inspiration from European allies, who have been prompted to bolster their defense budgets in light of the ongoing conflict in Ukraine. Deterrence doesn't come on the cheap. Time is of the essence, he warned, underscoring the urgency for nations to act decisively. The Secretary's remarks also included a critique of the absence of a senior Chinese delegate at the conference, pointing out that while the U.S. is actively engaging with its allies, China appears to be retreating from open dialogue. Hegseth's address has sparked mixed reactions, with some welcoming the call for increased defense collaboration, while others, including U.S. Senator Tammy Duckworth, expressed concern that the rhetoric could be perceived as patronizing. Duckworth emphasized the need for solidarity among allies without the implication of dependency on U.S. military support. The backdrop of these discussions is China's ongoing military modernization efforts and its assertive stance in territorial disputes in the South China Sea. Hegseth explicitly warned that any attempt by China to use force against Taiwan would have catastrophic consequences for regional and global stability. The Chinese government has responded to Hegseth's statements by accusing the U.S. of being the primary instigator of tension in the region, labeling the U.S. as the biggest troublemaker for peace and stability. Amidst these rising tensions, the U.S. remains committed to maintaining a strong defense posture in the Indo-Pacific, signaling its determination to support its allies against any potential aggression from China. As the situation evolves, the focus will remain on how Asian nations respond to the call for increased military readiness and the implications this has for regional dynamics. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.